What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Maintenance Man channel. My name is Neil. Cheers. I do like to have beers usually on Saturday. If my week was hard, it'd be Friday night. And that's how it goes. So I apologize, but it is a Saturday night. I wanted to discuss kind of Maintenance Man related, more everyday life, job searching related. So I don't know, sometimes you hop on Craigslist or whatever internet service, kind of see what's out there, right? And you might find something that looks good. I guess really with apartment maintenance, because you know, if you're looking at Craigslist and apartment maintenance position comes up, first thing I do is I Google the company or whatever search engine you want to do, and I read the reviews. I read both the positives and negatives. The star rating, I don't take that too much in consideration. It's the context of the reviews, right? And I understand reviews are hard to trust because most of them, people just go on to complain. Usually people don't go on to leave positive feedback, which is another issue all in itself. So like Yelp, for example, you can go around there for hours looking for positive reviews. Doesn't happen too often. But read them, go through them, and you can kind of decide whether what you'd be getting into through those messages. Maybe they had some really shitty maintenance guys in there, and you know, it shows the date or month or how recent these reviews are. If there's a lot that are maintenance related issues, you know, and that's what they're hiring for, odds are, or that could be another great opportunity. But like I said, also, it depends on the company. If you have a cheap company, it'd be hard to work for that. I love my company in terms of, like, they're not afraid to make things right, spend money, go the extra mile. But when you work in apartment maintenance, you see and hear about other companies, and there's just some that, you know, they're slumlords, you know, plain and simple. So that's going to set you up for failure, and nothing good can really come from it, unless if you want to just go in there and maybe learn a few things or retool what you know, or I don't know. It probably wouldn't be beneficial to go into. Now, the other thing, and this is like a different video in terms of like things I'm talking about, but there's something been on my mind lately. And so there was an apartment that the shower would turn on and it was too loud for the tenant. It scared him in the morning. All right, so and how this started was it started with I was doing boiler checks one morning in the winter, and there's water, somebody taking a shower and water just pouring down into the boiler room, which, you know, that's fine. It's a basement, so at least it's not someone else's apartment. And I was like, you know, there's so much water, we gotta go up into that apartment, you know. And so, like, you know, we gave him like a half an hour, knocked on the door, was like, hey, there's water coming all in the basement. I want to check out your shower, see if I can't find where it's leaking from. You know, and there's most commonly when there's a leak in a building that's like that, it's coming from the handles of the shower control. Something's not right there, and the water comes out and pushes back down behind the tile wall and that's why when you put handles in, shower control handles, you want to plumber putty the holes after you insert them through. But that stuff, we're talking 50 years old. So we get in there, and it's the handles. I think it was the cold side. And what I did was I put a new washer on. Now, if you've ever taken a control or a stem out, on the back there's a washer, and there's different sizes. It'll be labeled on the washer. You can match it up. Usually I think ours are O's, pretty sure. And put a new one on, put it in, and so the water was shutting off from the or no, I'm sorry, I screwed up. Packing nut. I put some new packing nut packing in there, put it on. That was good. And then that shot it over to the hot side. Redid the packing on the packing nut on the hot side. That was good. Had a little leaking out of the faucet. So when it was off, so I replaced the washers. You run it a few times, you test it. I usually, if I reset a toilet or something at work, I flush it 10 times. 10 times. If it doesn't leak after 10 times, you're good. Some people do 8, 6, none. So when we left, all was good. And this kid, give you a little background, he's going to school, become a doctor, real smart kid. So then a couple days later, they're like, he's getting a loud noise when he starts up the shower. It scares him in the morning every time he turns it on. It was a pretty loud noise, so I'm listening to it. It does it. The first thing I thought of, because I'm not an expert plumber or anything, I thought maybe since we had to shut the water off, or no, we didn't shut the water, or no, yeah, we did shut the water off with the very, very old, what do you call them, gate valves, and then open them back up. So I thought maybe one of them deteriorated, and there's crap in the hose or in the copper making a noise or something. So this guy has a desk and a bookshelf, and I can fit just myself crouched down to the shower access panel. I don't know why tenants see the access panel and always block this stuff, and he had so much shit on the shelf. So I was trying to not be an inconvenience, and I said, you know what, I'll just work around it. Meanwhile, this shelf, he put it together so poorly, that thing was just constantly swaying. I should have known better. What I did was I cut out the shut-off valves, and I put new ball valves on there, got it all back together. Still making the noise, but in this process, I literally, blew my breath too hard. The fucking bookcase fell over, pardon my language. It bumped into some other crappy bookcase next to it, and the thing that saved it is it all just shifted, and the windowsill, it just grabbed the little bit of windowsill that was sticking out, and it held there, thank God. Well, this kid marches over to the office, says I broke his bookcase, blah, 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 blah. Office says, no problem, we'll take care of it, we'll repay it. I felt like crap because I hate when shit like that happens. But moral of the story, don't feel like an inconvenience towards tenants. If they got to move something, tell them to move it. And the crazy thing is what so we ended up calling the plumber because I was like, I can't figure it out. We got 1,000 other things we're doing. Plumber comes out, he's like, it's probably the washer. I'm like, I just replaced the washer. He's like, yeah, sometimes if you use the wrong size, you'll get that, it's like a really loud air noise, air squeak, like, but super loud, vibrates the building. So I'm like, all right, you know, I could buy that. I go in there, he pulls it out, I'm looking, I'm like, is it the washer? Is that the right size? He's like, no, right size washer, this and that. He put a new one on, you know, and when he undid it, he's like, it was tight. And this kid's watching, you know, these fucking hover tenants that just, you know, what are you doing? You're a dumbass. Yeah, sometimes we don't win all the battles, but, so basically, sometimes you try to work around people's problems. Tell them to move their problem. I should have had him clear out that bookshelf and move it. The fucking thing probably would have broke during that process. So, just a heads up for fellow maintenance technicians, apartment maintenance technicians, and everyone else. So I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all new subscribers. You know, more I can grow, the more people I can reach with my information that I think is helpful. So I really appreciate that. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. And if you are not subscribed, please get subscribed. I'll see you on the next one. Later.